active and passive immunity. Are you ready? Yes. Who will speak that one? What is meant by active immunity? Yes. Okay, now I can give that one the definition now. Okay. So this is called immunological resistance developed in the organism or in an organism by producing antibodies in their body. Is generally calling as active immunity. Simple. Understood? Immunological resistance. E resistance when it is developed means it is developed in the organism by producing the which one? The antibodies in their body. But antibodies when they will produce in their body? When the antigen is entering into the body. That is called, okay, active immunity. But what is meant by passive immunity? Same ra. It is also resistant power. Ekandre immunity andrene resistant power already know. Okay na? So the resistance, the disease resistance developed, okay, by obtaining what? Ready-made antibodies. By obtaining ready-made antibodies from where? Outside is called passive immunity. Note here naturally antibodies are developed in our body. That's why we are getting the immunity power. Understood? But when does naturally developed antibodies in our body means when our body is encountered with a pathogen. Okay now, so that is about. But in this one, active immunity is there, passive immunity is there. But passive immunity also we are getting the resistant power up, but we are obtaining the antibodies ready-madely from outside. Outside the direct ready-made antibodies we are taking. By taking the ready-made antibodies, if you are get the immunity power means that is called which immunity? Passive immunity. Now you have to speak out in this one. Which one is permanent? Which one is temporary? Very good one. Okay now? Yes, it is called lifetime immunity anta karitira. Lifetime immunity anta karitivi, or it is also called, okay, so long lasting immunity antenu helboda. Long lasting immunity, this is very very important. Long lasting immunity antakshana active immunity and nenpitkolla, but idu temporary immunity na. Ekandre antibodies iruvare matra namage immunity irutte. Antibodies complete aaytandre we lost that one our immunity. Temporary, okay, so temporary immunity, this is called temporary immunity. Yeah, so very very important. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನೀವು PUC ನಲ್ಲೇ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀಟ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇನ್ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಕ. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ. Types of active immunity. So active immunity is completely divided into again two types. Active immunity is divided into two types. That is called that is called natural active immunity. Natural active immunity. Second one in the artificial natural immunity or artificial active immunity. Idu match the following questions kodabodu. Be careful. Okay, you should completely understand. So first we can discuss about natural active immunity now. So natural active immunity, come on now, immunity when it is developed? Yes, okay now, this immunity developed in the body after recovering from a disease. After recovering from a disease, correct? After recovering from a disease, one type of immunity will be developed, that is called natural active immunity anta karitira. Okay, so diseases such as smallpox and chickenpox. Smallpox and chickenpox, ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಈ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪಾಕ್ಸ್ ಚಿಕನ್ ಪಾಕ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ come on, which one is fatal? Smallpox. Which one is completely eradicated from our India? Smallpox. Very, very important. Completely eradicated. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಗುಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೈಸೇಷನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅವರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. Okay, next one more virus also we are completely eradicated from our India. Which one? Polio. Clear? So this is okay. You see, small pox agodu, chicken pox agodu ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಬಂದಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಚಿಕನ್ ಪಾಕ್ಸ್ one time only it will be happen in our lifetime. But second time ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸತಿ ರೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಂದವಾಗ ಕಮಾನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್? ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಸೇಮ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ is encounter with second time our memory cells say immediately rapidly develop to form which one? Antibodies. Correct? So that's why naturally immunity develop ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ natural immunity. In natural immunity, when it is developed means, yes, okay, now the immunity developed in the body after recovering from the which one? Disease. After recovering from the disease and in our body, come on, which one is present? Which one is produced in our body? Antibodies are produced. Antibodies are produced and memory cells also produced. Clear? Got it? The best example of chicken pox and smallpox. Chicken pox and smallpox only one time only we can observe. Why? Because it is a natural active immunity. Okay? Next one, artificial active immunity. Meaning, ಈ artificial active immunity andre same here the immunity is developed. Yes, immunity developed by introducing by inoculation of which one? Very good. Weakened or dead. Which one? Pathogens. Pathogens into the body. Correct? This is called artificial. Andre nave intention agi pathogen introduce ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. Artificial ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಲ್ವಾ? Understood? Artificially andre intentionally we are introducing that one the pathogen into our body. Clear? And automatically body nalli immunity power develop agutte. That is called the mass artificial active immunity. Best example in what is the example? Vaccination is one of the best example for vaccination. Correct? Recently coronavirus vaccine also we got. Correct? The vaccine against the coronavirus. Correct? But ee vaccine nalli what are there? Very good, that is called weakened. It is also called attenuated anta karitira. Weakened coronavirus idera andre disease causing virus ide alli, but they are present in inactive state or in the non-virulent stage. Non-virulent means what? Non-pathogenic irutte, but they did not cause any corona disease to us. Correct? Andre so vaccination alli inactive pathogen is there. Inactive pathogen intentionally we are injecting into our body. That's why we are developing the immunity power in our body. Adike it is called artificial active immunity ra. Yakandre naturally developed immunity ne. That is called active immunity anta karita. Idu tilkoli. Understood? Active immunity andre develop ayi meaning gottaytu. Active immunity means what? Immunity will be developed in our organisms. Immunity is developed in our organism by producing the antibodies in our body. But when does antibodies are developed in our body means when our body is encountered with a pathogen. Understood? Okay? So that is called active immunity. It's really natural and artificial. Natural agi any pathogen is entered into our body, immunity develop aitandre natural. Best example is smallpox and chickenpox. Understood? Second type is called artificial active immunity. Artificial active immunity nalli the immunity is developed in the body by inoculation of weakened or dead pathogens into the body. Intentionally we are introducing. By intentionally introducing only our body olagade immunity power develop agutte. That is what we can call artificial. Got the clarity? But nimma exam nalli matra ee tara kodtara. Okay, so vaccinization is one type of which type of immunity andre? Which type of immunity? Active immunity. But active immunity nalli which type of immunity ra? Artificial active immunity. Plus Smallpox or chickenpox, it will be appears only one time only in our lifetime, not many times. What is the reason andre? It is a one type of, yes, adu tilkodi ashte. Okay, so definitions kottu idenantaka matra kelala, iden PU exam alla. Okay, mainly examples kottu adu what type of immunity anta kelbodu. So that's why be ready. ಈಗ next one passive immunity ra. Passive immunity already I explained. Passive immunity andre na, the immunity is developed in our body by taking ready-made antibodies from outside. Ready-made antibodies from, okay, ready-made antibodies, ready-made antibodies, okay, antibodies from outside is called what? Passive immunity. But the passive immunity also completely how many types now? Two types. Two types of passive immunity is there. Otherly also which one now? Natural passive immunity is also there, and artificial. Okay, yes, artificial passive immunity PI anta barita idini. So natural passive immunity, what is the best example of? Yes, okay, na, the best example for natural passive immunity ke best example is, yes, okay, means what? That is called preformed antibodies anta helboda. We are taking the antibodies from outside or not? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ antibodies ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? Preformed antibodies. Preformed antibodies transfer from which one? Mother to child. Correct? The mother to child or mother to baby. Best example. What is the best example? Means colostrum. Colostrum is contained that one the good antibodies. Correct? Okay, IgA type of antibodies are there. Clear? And which antibodies also crossing that from the placenta? IgG antibodies. IgG antibodies are crossing through placenta. It is moving from mother to fetus. Mother to fetus. But the child anta helbardu. Yakandre child andre after the birth only we can call child. But when the baby is present in the mother womb, what we can call? Fetus. But what is the difference between fetus and embryo? Fetus and embryo ke difference ಏನು? Very good. Embryo means undifferentiated body ne embryo anta ಕರಿತೀವಿ. When the embryo will be differentiated into head, hands, legs ಗೆ differentiate ಆಯಿತು, ಆ embryo ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೆಸರು? Fetus ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, so best example colostrum. Colostrum is given to baby. Colostrum is given to baby is a one type of which one? The natural passive immunity. This is very important. The second type is called artificial passive immunity. Yes, here also preformed antibodies. Preformed antibodies. Yes, antibodies transfer from non-immunized, immunized donor to non-immunized individuals. Okay, so preformed antibodies is transferring from immunized donor to non-immunized receiver or non-immunized individual is generally calling as what? Artificial passive immunity anta karitara. And what are the best example for artificial? Very good. That is called injection of which one? Antivenom. Correct? Injection of antivenom. Okay, yes, after snake bite to the person. Correct? Okay, so antivenom to the person after snake bite. Yakandre antivenom andre nothing but which one inda? What is the name of this antivenom? Antivenom andre nothing but antibodies. Correct? Antibodies are there, but the antibodies are completely against the which one? Yes, snake bite. Snake bite andre inda? Snake bite nalli what they will release as? Venom. Correct? When the snake bite will occurs, what will happen? Snake will release the venom. Andre now the venom is called antigen of our body or not? Yakandre antigen andre in the foreign body. Now the venom is enter into the human body means that is called antigen. Okay, so immediately if you are completely bring to that one the, okay, so hospital and doctor will be give that one the antivenom injection. The antivenom injection alli ee venom ge sambandhita antibodies are there. So that's why ee antibodies hogi aa venom ni catch ಮಾಡಿ they can destroy that one, that antigens. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? But this is called artificial passive immunity. Here also ready-made antibodies say. Here also ready-made antibodies say. But ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಆಂಟಿವಿನಮ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ ಇಂದನೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆಂಟಿವಿನಮ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ರಾ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವೀನಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಯ್ಸನ್ ಇಂಟು ದಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸಮ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಯರ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನೈಸ್ಡ್, ನಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನೈಸ್ಡ್? ಇಮ್ಯುನೈಸ್ಡ್. Little amount of the venom, if you are completely injected into the horse, automatically venom andre antigen. The antigen enter agiದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ which one is produced as antibodies. ಹಾಗೂ antibodies we are collecting. That antibodies are we are collecting. That one is that antibodies are what we can call antivenom. Clear? Okay? From the horse. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ so immunized donor ಅಂದ್ರೆ immunization ಆಗಿದೆ, ಡೋನಾರ್ ಇಂದನೇ we are collecting these antibodies. Okay na? Yes. So here by using of which one? The horse. Horse is commonly using for the making of this. Okay? Even anti-serum tetanus. Yeah, preformed antibodies also we have to use for tetanus. Also we can use that on the horse only. Andre horse nalli tetanus bacteria we are injecting. If the bacteria inject agid takshana command ಆ horse ಒಳಗಡೆ antibodies are we are collecting and we are okay. And recently the first wave corona time nalli ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಾ ಥೆರಪಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ? ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಾ ಡೊನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಾ? ಎಸ್, ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಾ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮಾಂಡ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕೊರೋನಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲೇಟರ್ in their body command which one is developed? Antibodies. Antibodies we are collecting and we are transferring to another person. Andre immunized person inda non immunized individual ge now transfer madidandre, that is okay. Idra artificial passive immunity anta kelidra. Artificial passive immunity andre this one very important. Antivenom is we are collecting from immunized donors. Immunized donors yavudandre horse. Okay, got the clarity? So totally in the active immunity and passive immunity, natural active immunity and takshana what you have to remember? Yes, that is called smallpox and chickenpox. It is a natural active immunity. And artificial active immunity and takshana, vaccinization is a one type of artificial active immunity. Next one, natural passive immunity and takshana, colostrum. Correct? Colostrum. It is contain good amount of IgA type of antibodies we are transfer. Next one in the artificial passive immunity. So artificial passive immunity nalli, okay, so we are injection of the antivenom. Injection of the antivenom again is the venom of the snake. Again is the venom of the snake we are using, that is called artificial passive immunity. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ, ಬಿ ರೆಡಿ. ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಬಿ thoroughly prepared. Any doubts idea? I can go that from the next concept. Yes, active immunity, passive immunity over. Now we can go for next, vaccinization. Vaccinization. Or it is also called immunization. Vaccinization or immunization. Okay, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರು already they are learned thoroughly, but ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೋ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲಿಸನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ those are listening first time, but you should copy. ಈಗ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನೈಸೇಷನ್, Come on, in this one, first of all, what is meant by vaccine? Vaccine means what? Yes, yes. Vaccine is generally, a vaccine is commonly consist of what? Infectious pathogen only, correct? That is called infectious microbe, infectious microbe. But present in which formation? Present in inactive, or weakened form. Inactive or weakened form. Correct? Vaccinally what is present? What is present in the vaccine? Andre infectious microbe is present, but a infectious microbe is present in inactive or weakened form. That's why. The vaccine word is completely came from vac anta word in the bandira. Vac andre Latin language nalli cow anta artha. ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಡ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಜೆನ್ನರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್. ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ? ಎಡ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಜೆನ್ನರ್, father of immunology. In which year he is prepared that one the small 1796 1796 ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಿಂಗ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ he is prepared that one the which vaccine? Small pox vaccine. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಡ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಜೆನ್ನರ್ is called as father of immunology ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಎಡ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಜೆನ್ನರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ we are injecting the vaccine. You see this about the vaccine injection. Okay, so this injection we have to give to that one the persons. Okay, but ಈ vaccinization ನಲ್ಲಿ what are present? Infectious microbe is present either in the form of inactive or weakened form. So inactive or weakened form, now we are injecting into the body. That's why it is causes which response? Which response there causes? Primary immune response. Primary immune response, it causes that one. So primary immune response leads to the formation of which one? Primary immune response is the formation of which one? Memory cells. Formation of memory cells. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ vaccinization is commonly depend on immunological memory of which cells? Immune cells. Immunological memory of immune cells. Andre which immune cells are commonly controlling this memory power? Andre come on, which immune cells? B cells and T cells. B and T cells are commonly responsible for this. The Yengo, with the help of a small schematic representation, I can explain. Okay, small schematic representation how this primary immune response, secondary immune response, I can explain. Okay, so very fast I can explain. First of all, this is about the one of the pathogen. Idu now vaccinization ಮಾಡಿದೆ pathogen ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Understood? Vaccinization ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ vaccination ನಲ್ಲಿ which one is there? Infectious microbe is there, but in inactive or which one? Weakened ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. So now this is about the pathogen. Pathogen ಅಂದ್ರೆ nothing but now antigen. Now antigen ನಾವು inject ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಈ antigen ನಿ first of all which cells will be identified ಅಂದ್ರೆ T cells can be identified. T cells can activate the which cells? T cells are activating the which cells? B cells ne activate ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. You see this is called B cells ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ B cells ಮೇಲೆ also small binding sites are there. This is called antigen binding sites ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? What is the name of the binding site? Antigen binding sites are commonly present on this. Now this is called the as B cells. Clear? So now ಈ B cells they can completely first identify that one the antigen, then these antigen will becomes and bind here. ಅಂದ್ರೆ antigen ಹತ್ರನೇ B cells ಹೋಗುತ್ತೀರಾ? Who will go to that one the antigens? B cells. B cells will be go to the antigen. Then here B cells. Once the B cells are completely close and contact with the antigen, immediately B cells are divided. Immediately B cells are divide and they will produce that one, the special type of the cells. Do you know what is the name of these cells? This is called plasma cells anta karitira. Understood? B cells divided to form which one? B cells. Plasma cells. Plasma cells function in gotta. Plasma cells are produces which one? This is called, what is the name? Y-shaped structure. What is the name of this Y-shaped structure? Antibodies. This is general formula. B cells identify ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ B cells can be contact with the antigen. Immediately B cells will be divided to form that one, the which one? Plasma cells. Plasma cells are produced that much one? Antibodies. ಇದೇ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ B cells ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು cells also develop ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. What is the name of the cell? Memory cells. Memory cells. So memory cells develop ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕಮಾಂಡ. Okay? This is called which response anta ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Primary immune response. So primary immune response nalli command which one development is occur? Memory cells development is occurs. Next one ee memory cells develop aamele same ade antigen second time also entered anta tilkoda. Second time already entered into the same antigen. This is called same antigen is entered into the second time. Clear? And already in our blood which cells are there? Memory cells are there. Memory cells can be easily find out that one. Why? Because memory cells functioning, they are carrying the memory of the pathogen. Those who are enter into the first time to our body. Clear? So that's why memory cells can be find out the same antigens or same pathogens. Pathogens anta tilbodu. Same pathogen. Clear? And same memory cells, same. And memory cells, okay, same, it is completely bind with like this one. It is also same, it is bind with that one, the same phenomenon is takes place here. Same phenomenon takes place means what? Again memory cells are again divided to form which cells? Plasma cells. Understood? What is the name of these cells? Plasma cells. Plasma cells function, you know? Yes. What is the function of this one? Antibodies. The antibodies jotege come on matte which cells also developed? Memory cells. This is called which response anta karitira? Second immune response anta karitira. Second immune response. Got it, students? Okay, so that's why idralli primary immune response faster, second immune response is faster, second immune response faster. So vaccination mukhya uddesham andre to increase the memory cells. Ee memory cells lifelong carry agutangira. So that's why anytime, even one time about one time, this second time enter aayittu pathogen, even third time also same pathogen is enter aayittu, same phenomenon agi again they can destroy. Like in the antibodies are will be catch that one the antigen, they can destroy. Idu vaccinization alli katha idu. Understood? So vaccinization, global vaccinization is first started in 1974 by our World Health Organization. They start that one. Okay, vaccination program in 1974 nalli. Okay, so these are completely started. Either complete vaccinization. So vaccination nalli mainly which cells are involved? B and T cells. Mainly here B and T cells are, they will forms what? They will forms which cells? Memory cells ni formation agutte. Ee memory cells is very helpful for second immune response. Clear? Okay, so question ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ vaccinization. So vaccinization is a one type of immunization program. Immunization meaning ಏನು? What is meaning of immunization? Immunization meaning ಏನು? Immunity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾನೆ? ಓಕೆನಾ? Yes, ಓಕೆನಾ? By giving of the vaccine, what we are developing? Immunity power. Correct? Immunity power we are developing now to fight against the disease causing agents. Correct? That is what is the name of that phenomenon? Immunization. Little difference is there between the vaccinization and immunization. By the vaccinization only what will get? Immunization we can get it that, or immunity power we can get it that. Clear? So inactive pathogen entry ne what we can call? By insertion of the inactive pathogen into that from the body, what we can call? Active immunity or passive immunity? It is one type of active immunity or passive immunity? Active immunity or passive immunity? Vaccinization is a active immunity. Active immunity nalli two types of immunity is there. Natural and artificial. But how type idu? Very good one. Okay, na? So that's why it is one of the artificial, okay, active immunity anta helbodra. Artificial active immunity. It is artificial active immunity. Andre intentionally we are introducing that one the inactive pathogen. Intentionally we are introducing into the inactive pathogen into the body to develop the immune system in our body. Clear? That's why it is a one type of artificial active immunity. Okay, now we are discussing extra information, the types of vaccines. Types of vaccines. Perfect ಆಗ್ತಾ ಆಯ್ತಾ? How this phenomenon is happening? How this phenomenon is happening? Okay, na? So B cells, if they will contact with the antigens, right, immediately what they can produce? Plasma cells. Plasma cells only can able to produce which one? Antibodies. Plasma cells jotege B cells also form the which one? Memory cells. What is the function of memory cells? Memory cells are carrying the memory of the pathogen those who are enter into the first time in our body. Clear? Ide pathogen same another time it is enter means immediately memory cells can be produced that one same rapidly divide to form plasma cells and again memory cells. ಈಗ plasma cells functioning to producing the antibodies. Antibodies they can destroying that one the pathogen. Correct? ಈ ತರ memory cells continuation ಆಗಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, you know very important. ಇದನ್ನು suspected question for your NEET examination. Types of vaccines. Types of vaccine. Okay, so three types of vaccines are there. Three types of vaccines. The first one is called the mass. What is the first type of the vaccine means? That is called attenuated or weakened. Weakened vaccines. The second type is called inactive or killed vaccine. And third one is called taxoid. Examples ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳ್ರಾ, that is important for your NEET examination. What are the example for attenuated or weakened vaccine? Recently you got that one, the corona vaccine, you know, corona vaccine also which type of the vaccine? Which type of vaccine? Vaccine. ಅಲ್ಲ ಈ ತ್ರೀ ಟೈಪ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ which type of vaccine ಅದು? Which one? First one, okay, weakened vaccine. That's why write down. Okay, vaccine against coronavirus, mumps, measles, okay, and rabiola, rabella, rabiola vaccines ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಮೂರು ಸೇರಿ MMR ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. MMR ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್, measles, mumps, rabiola. MMR ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು attenuated or weakened. Even the BCG vaccine also. BCG vaccine also one type of attenuated vaccine. Okay, no? Yes, anthrax vaccine also and typhoid vaccine also. Typhoid vaccine, anthrax, yellow fever. Okay, no? Yes, even in smallpox also. Next, inactive or killed vaccines. Kill ಮಾಡಿದೆ virus ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ ಪೋಲಿಯೋ, ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಾ, ಪೋಲಿಯೋ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಾ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಹಿಂಗರ ಪ್ಲೇಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್. ಪ್ಲೇಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. Next one. Okay, so these are called inactive vaccines. Inactive vaccines ante. ಈಗ taxoid vaccines are. Taxoid vaccines are prepared from, it is completely prepared from, okay, inactive exotoxins of pathogens. Inactive exotoxins of pathogen. Exotoxins. So very important. This is suspected question. Taxoid vaccines andre ಎರಡು vaccines are taxoid vaccines. The first one is called diphtheria. Diphtheria vaccine and tetanus vaccine. Diphtheria and tetanus vaccines are taxoid vaccines. Taxoid vaccines. Andre generally tetanus caused by bacteria, even diphtheria also caused by bacteria. ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ದೇ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ದ ಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಆಂಟಿಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಆಂಟಿಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾಯ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Which one? Influenza. Killed? Weakened? Not killed. Okay? Book nalli ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಾ? Just I want to refer that. Influence or inactivate. Next, one more also you have to write hepatitis. Hepatitis. Next one DPT vaccine and rabies vaccine. Rabies vaccine. Rabies vaccine also. DPT vaccine we are commonly used again is the which disease? Yes, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus. But DPT vaccine ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಟೆಟಾನಸ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಆ ಟೆಟಾನಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾಯ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾಯ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ is prepared from which one? Inactive exotoxins of which one? Pathogen. Why? Because once the tetanus is entered into the human body, it releases which one? Toxins. Toxins release ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಅಗೇನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ನೇ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ವೀಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ವೈರಸ್ ನಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಯಾಥೋಜನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ಯಾಥೋಜನ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿದೆ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ ಎರಡನಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬೋದ್ರಾ? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಆರ್ ವೀಕೆಂಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಟೆಟಾನಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಟೆಟಾನಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಇಂದ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್? ಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ನಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆ ಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ? ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಆ ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಆ ಟಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ನಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ clear? That's why it is called toxoid. alla idara meaning toxoid means what? Toxins andre pathogen inda produce agide. Toxins also we are used as a enzyme or we are used as a vaccine. Got the clarity? You got the clarity? Yes. Okay, so this is very important. Adike tetanus and diphtheria and takshana is all called taxide vaccines ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, so it is prepared from inactive exotoxins of pathogens. Clear? The last point in the vaccinization. Nowadays, by using of rDNA technology also we are preparing the vaccines. Recombinant DNA technology, by using of recombinant DNA technology also we are preparing the vaccine. Okay, but in this one, by using of recombinant DNA technology we are preparing, that is called antigenic polypeptides. Antigenic polypeptides of pathogen. Understood? By using of rDNA technology, so we are preparing antigenic polypeptides of pathogen. Okay, so by using genetically modified organisms. Can you speak out which genetically modified organisms we are using? Yes, for this one, bacteria we are using, and the E. coli bacteria is using, and yeast also we are using. Yeast and bacterium also use ಮಾಡಿ we are developing which one? The antigenic polypeptides of pathogens we are developing artificially. The best example is there hepatitis B virus or hepatitis B vaccine we are developed by, come on, hepatitis B vaccine we are developing from which one? Yeast. Hepatitis B vaccine we are developing from genetically modified yeast. Ekandre, we are preparing the which one? The polypeptide we are preparing. You know the rDNA technology. rDNA technology from E. coli bacteria also we can preparing the insulin. Insulin we are completely. Insulin is a polypeptide or fat? Polypeptide. So polypeptide we are preparing, you know. Adhe taraha. But e polypeptide now by using of the yeast hepatitis B vaccine we are developing, you know. But e polypeptide is belongs to yeast. This polypeptide is belongs to hepatitis B na. By using of rDNA technology, we are making the antigenic polypeptide of pathogen. Now, this antigenic polypeptide belongs to which one? Hepatitis B only, ra? Alva, vaccine only compulsory pathogenic. Ekandre vaccine is consist of infectious microbe. Vaccine andrene infectious microbe is there, but infectious microbe either in the form of inactive condition or in the weakened condition or infectious microbe sambandhite any protein particle also present or toxin also present. Ekandre just before we discussed toxide vaccine. Toxide vaccines nalli we are not at all using that one any type of infectious microbe. We are using that one infectious microbe toxins we are using, but our toxins we are completely inactivating, correct? Inactivating the toxins. By using of that inactivated toxin of that bacteria, we are making that one the vaccine. Got it? This point also, idunu suspected question. Hepatitis B vaccine is produced from the yeast. But normal yeast alla, idu genetically modified yeast. Genetically modified yeast nalli which genes are we are introduced? Which genes are introduced into the yeast? Whose genes are introduced into the yeast? Hepatitis B virus genes are we are introduced into the yeast. That's why yeast is completely developing that one, that antigenic polypeptides, and after the growth yeast in the what we are collecting? After the growth of the yeast, what we are collecting? Antigenic polypeptides we are collecting. Antigenic polypeptides we are completely used in the vaccines. But antigenic polypeptides are completely belongs to pathogen or host? Pathogen. Which one is the pathogen here? Hepatitis B is the pathogen. Okay, by using of this hepatitis B. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದು ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದ್ರಾ, ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ? ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅದೇ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಓದೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಗನೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಈಗ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಓದುವಾಗ. ಸರ ಇದ್ರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ or the process of insertion of the vaccine is called vaccinization. Okay, come on, who first to develop that one, the vaccine? Edward Jenner. That's why he's the father of immunology. Generally vaccinization is commonly depend upon which one? Immunological memory of immune cells, that is called which cells? Mainly B cells and T cells matra. ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಯಾವ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. mainly ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್? ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ 2 types ಆಫ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಪವರ್ ಅಂತ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಕಮಾಂಡ ಜನರಲಿ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ಬಟ್ T cells also activating the B cells, correct? That's why it is also controlling which type of immunity? Humoral immunity. But B cells are involved in the which type of immunity? Humoral immunity. Humoral immunity, another name? Antibody mediated immunity. Antibody mediated immunity, that is called humoral immunity. Okay? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಸನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರಾ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? ಎಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ? ಎಕ್ಸಾಜರೇಟೆಡ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಂಟಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇರ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ವೆರಿ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಟು ಸಮ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರ. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೀಟ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಜರೇಟೆಡ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ again is the particular antigens present in the environment is dash anta ni kelidira, that is called allergy. Allergy ke karana endre because of some allergens, correct? What are the allergens? Very good. Allergens and the meaning allergy causing agents are what we can call allergens. What is the example for allergen? Pollen. Next one, dust particle. Next one, animal dander. Next one, inga scent perfumes also. Okay, yes, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ scent perfumes also, but these are the common allergens. Okay, even perfumes also, sometimes fragrance, different type of fragrance also, it is cause that one, the allergy. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? yes. ಈ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಏನು? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ನೋಸ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ನೋಸ್. Second, watery eyes, correct? So watery eyes. Next one, sneezing, even coughing also. Okay, no? Coughing also. Next one, very good. Difficult in breathing also is one of the. Okay, sometimes rashes also develop, rashes. And wheezing also, yes. Okay, so wheezing also, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ರೀತಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್? ನೋ, ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? ವೈ ನಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ? ಎಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ ದ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಡಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಪೋಲೆನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಥ್ರೂ ಇನ್ಹಲೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಆಂಟಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಂಟಿಜೆನ್ಸ್, ಅಲರ್ಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಆಂಟಿಜೆನ್ಸ್. ಈ ಆಂಟಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್, ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್? harmful substance. Cannot consider as harmful antigens, cannot consider as harmful antigens. Hence they cannot activate, come on, they cannot activate to whom? They cannot activate which cells? These cells ನ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟೇ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ತಾನೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲರ್ಜಿಕ್ ಸಿಂಟಮ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ದ ಅಲರ್ಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಆ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಂಟಿಜೆನ್ಸ್. Hence, these T cells cannot activate that one, the B cells. Correct? Adike sometimes pollen grains also we can inhale, dust particle also we can inhale, but it not get any type of this type of symptoms. Idu sometimes. But in few persons nalli ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಗೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಂಟಿಜನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕಳ್ಳ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಕಳ್ಳ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಈ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ, ಶಾಡೋ ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ few persons nalli, and these are commonly, that is T cells are completely overstimulation, adike it is called exaggeration, overaction anta helbodu. ivella ಏನು ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಕಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಓವರ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓವರ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ಲರೇ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಥೀವ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಿಸ್ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ ಬಾಡಿನಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್, ದ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಅಲರ್ಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಕಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್. ದೀಸ್ ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್? ಬಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ನೇ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡೀಸ್? IgE antibodies they can produce against these allergens. But ಈ IgE antibodies binding sites ಒಂದು special WBC ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ. Come on, what is the name of the WBC? Mast cells. Gata, okay na? So this is about the mast cells ಅಂತ ಒಂದು special cells ಇರುತ್ತೆ in our body. ಈ mast cells ಮೇಲೆ which binding sites are present? Come on, which binding sites are present? IgE binding sites are present. IgE binding sites are present. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಉದಯಾಳಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಓಕೆ, ಉದಯಾಳಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಕರ್ಚೀಫ್ ಡೊನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಗೋಬೇಡಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇದ್ರ? ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, in majority of the body, T cells cannot consider the allergens as antigens, but in few persons T cells they consider that one these allergens as antigens. Which type of antigen? Harmful antigens. Then the B cells can immediate, they can stimulate the B cells, and then B cells can stimulate to produce which type of antibodies? IgE antibodies. The IgE antibodies will be go and bind to the which cells? Mast cells. This is called mast cells. So mast cells ಮೇಲೆ ಈ IgE antibodies ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಈ mast cells ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಫ್ ದ ಅಲರ್ಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದೇರ್ ಬಾಡಿ, there is no symptoms in their body, remember. Clear? Why? Because the mast cells, once they are completely binds on that one, means one type of memory ni carry ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. They can carry the memory. Same person again second time they can completely expose that one these allergens. What will be happen? ಈ allergens enter ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ IgE antibodies are there, ಈ IgE antibodies ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಮಾಂಡ Which one? Allergens can be bind. Suppose idu allergen anta think ಮಾಡಿ. This is called allergen. Allergen can be bind with the, okay, so means what? Antibodies are can bind to the allergen immediately. Once the antibodies are completely bind to the allergen, a mast cells can release that one certain chemicals into the body. Mast cells in the ಕೆಲವೊಂದು chemicals secrete ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. What is the name of the chemicals? That is called histamines, serotonin ಅಂತ. These are the chemicals secrete ಆಗುತ್ತರ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ chemical secrete ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಈ symptoms will be exposed in our body. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಕರ್ಸ್. ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಅಗೈನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ದೀಸ್ histamines and serotonin. It causes this one running nose, watery eyes, sneezing, difficult in breathing and rashes. These are about the symptoms they can appear. Clear? So that's why these symptoms are will be happier means what we can do? We can take that on the prescriptions, correct? Matte ee prescriptions nalli what type of chemicals, what are type of chemical nature is there? Yes, okay, yes, that is called antihistamines. We have to next one in now adrenaline and steroids. Okay, so these are about the medicines. It will be completely destroyed that one this type of these symptoms. Okay, no? For your NEET level ಮಾತ್ರ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Which one we have to remember means mainly what is the name of the antibodies are producing during the allergy. Okay, that is IgE is you have to remember. Okay, so next one and mast cells. Mast cells also allergy ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ mast cells ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Plus mast cells can be able to produce the chemicals. What are the chemicals? That one also you have to remember. Correct? Histamines and serotonin. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ histamine serotonin function ni suppress ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ histamines ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Histamines ಗೆ antihistamines we have to take. Then these type of symptoms we can, okay, we can completely cure that one. So adrenaline ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, steroids ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, these are the medicines we have to take to cure that one the allergy. Sara? Finished. Allergy also completely finished. Today active immunity, passive immunity. Second in the vaccinization and immunization, and third one in the allergy. Allergy is completely over. Okay, but allergy definition also you should remember. Exaggerated response. Exaggerated response means is very over response with non-pathogenic. Iವೆಲ್ಲ non-pathogenic antigens. Non-pathogenic antigens ಗೆ exaggerated response. Clear? The exaggerated response we can observe only in the few persons only. Okay, so that is called sensitive persons, we can call that one.